Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today's video is going to be different. As you guys should have seen the thumbnail and title, we are going to rank every single character in One Piece Bounty Rush. Also, I am going to give you the idea for every character and their skills, why he or she ranks there. So, without wasting any more time, let's get straight to the video. Here, as you can see, there are total 6 ranks. Triple S means the best characters that are, capable of pushing in the meta with least bit of the effort. Then SS, in which there will be characters which are good and strong, but you need to have some good timing, experience, and great metal sets to make them at the level of Triple S. After that, there is S rank. In this category, characters are good and can stand against any SS or Triple S characters. But you need to have a very good skills and experience with when to attack, defend, and use skill, meaning you need to be very careful if you are going to fight meta characters with them. Then there is A rank characters which are good in particular field, like if there is a defender which is good at defending and withstand any attack, but attack and capture speed is super low, he is useless if there is no treasure near him, but he could be great in treasure area. Now, last there are 2 ranks B and C. Well, both of them don't have much difference, they both are trash. However, there are some characters which are worst but good at support due to their tags, and some are great to make medals. So, there is that. There is a minor difference between rank B and C characters we are going to put, but both of them will be useless in League battle. Now let's start. Here, first one is Ace. Well, this Ace is an old unit, and his attacks are very slow. He is not usable anymore. Also, not the best for support, so let's put him in the last rank C. Other one is Infiltrator Ace. He is also basically the same as the previous one, so let's put him in C too. Now, next Green Runner Ace was also not that good, but after getting the buff, he is quite usable, especially due to counter skill and some good traits, but he is fragile at the moment. So, you will struggle with him a lot. He should be an A. Next one is Ace with Marco. This Defender Ace is very good step up and also great at defending. However, he has a long skill cooldown and he struggles nowadays in top league. Due to the units that can attack through his shield, he struggles and get defeated easily. Next is Sakazuki. He is super slow while attacking and fragile too, so B rank, not usable. Kuzan. He is great against any unit who cannot nullify status effects. With some good metal set, he can be quite usable, but needs skills and good timing to attack. So let's put him in S rank for now. Next is Appo. He is a step-up unit. His damage is low and not good in league matches. However, he is great at green support. He have tags like Captain, Worst Generation, Runner, and more. Now Arlong, very slow attacks and not good at any other thing? One of the worst character in this game right now? Next is Ashura Doji, okay at defending I guess, but need to be a very good skilled player to make him usable as he has low attack, very low capture speed, not much tags for support. Only good at defending, in which he struggles too. Next, Prime Whitebeard. He is good once you get his attack and defense buff in the match. He can stand his own in top league, but need good timing and skills to play him correctly. So here he is at S. Next is Paramount War, Whitebeard. He is very slow and cannot even survive against some good and fast units like Kobe, but is good for red support. So you can max him for that reason. Next is Bartolomeo. He is a very good defender, but his attack is very low and even cannot defend against new units like Kid and Law and Green Bull. With him, need to have a very good luck and timing to survive in SS League. Next is Bellamy. Let's not say much about him. Low damage, no good support. Old EX Big Mom. She can be used against some meta units but can be easily defeated against Gear 5 or other meta characters. You need to play as a rat with her and look for the opportunity to use her properly. So, she should be an S. Next is Big Mom Defender. Well, not usable anymore. Short-range skills and not much attack. Next is Blackbeard. He is good. After getting the buff, he is quite powerful and can destroy a lot of units, especially power users. His only weakness is status effects, but if you dodge them or use invincible skill, he can win against a lot of units. Let's put him in SS rank. Next is Boa. This Boa can move while attacking, need a lot of skills and experience to survive in League. However, she can inflict entrance effect, and also she can be used to make the ultimate triple Boa medal set. Next is also Boa. This one is also not that usable, but only good for metal mining. Next is Mr. 2, Bon Clay, very low damage, an old unit. Not much to say, just put him in the last. Bonnie. She is a very good character for support tags. Not much usable in League, worse skill attacks, but great for green support. Next is Kazuru. Slow skills and fragile, but can be used in some certain maps and moments as his skill teleports him with the extra long range, but not usable in SS League. 2 years later, Brook. He is not good and also fragile. Let's put him in the last. Now, 7 Warlord of the Sea Buggy, not good in matches and can get easily defeated. However, very good for support. He has very good tags and he is a step up. Next is Bullet. He is a very old special unit. He can be used in the League but require good skills and good timing to KO characters. He has a good damage dealt and skills, but not good at capturing and defending, also struggle against some current meta units. Next is Caesar Clown, another step-up defender. He is only good to refill treasures. He can stand against units which doesn't nullify status effect, but can struggle to KO. Next is Beiji. He is a very good unit for support, not usable in League, but can be a great unit to increase red support fast with some good tags. Next is Cavendish. He has good skill damage, but both skills are slow and he is fragile too, so can be defeated easily, not usable anymore in League. 2 years later, Chopper. Not usable in the League and can get KO easily, but very good for support, especially for zone support. Next is another Chopper, but before that, let's put these units down. They cannot survive in the League but provide very good support. Now, Choppers. Arm Point Chopper. Not good to play with, but good for support. Next, Chopper is also great for support. Then another one, he is great for red support. Next comes Corazon. He lets you and your team disappear from the map, but still isn't much of something to use in the League, so could be used in the support. Next is Paramount War Crocodile. It's the best unit that Crocodile has which you can use, but still not worthy to be used in-game. Similarly, we have Impel Down Crocodile, which can only be used in support. And another one, 7 Warlords of the Sea Crocodile, also for the support. We don't have a Crocodile unit which could be used in-game. Next is 7 Warlords Doflamingo. He is a decent unit spawning a clone with invincible special attack. He could be used as a runner, but still hard to use in SS. The next comes Enaru. He's a blue defender having decent traits. Well, he can create a thunder area in your treasure to inflict status effects. So you can use it, but don't expect too much from him, as he is very slow and hard to land hits to the enemy. Next is the attacker Enaru. He's not much of something to use, but you can just keep him in support. Next is 2 years late Frankie. He's just a support unit. We have better Frankie units than this. Next comes we have Holiday Frankie. Well, he is a free 3-star unit, could be used for support only. Then we have Admiral Fujitora. He has some good skill attacks, and you could choose him to use as a defender. Just remember, he's a bit slower than other characters. Now, we have the Prime Garp. We got a buff recently, and trust me, he's a well-balanced character now. He could be a great choice to be used as a defender. He got so many heals, it's a pain to kill him. Next is the old Vice Admiral Garp. We will just ignore. Nobody uses him, not even in support. Now we have Basil Hawkins. Well, he is a defender and can give support in-game. His skill provides a random attack, defense, or HP increase, or else you may use him in support team. Now we have Rear Admiral Hina. Well, she got some nice skills and you may use her as a defender, but she's a bit hard to use, so remember that. Next, we have Emporio Ivankov. She or he has some high damage skills and also reduces poison and a flame time. She could be good to use in-game, just try it out, and support is another option as well. Next, we have Marineford Jimbei. Well, it's an attacker unit. He isn't great to be used at present and could take a spot in the support team. Next, we have Green Attacker Kaido. Well, he has some great amount of damage, though, but while using skill 2, your dodge button gets unable to use. So he's a bit complicated, but if used correctly, he could perform well. Now we have red attacker Katakuri. He recently got a buff, and trust me guys, he's worth it. He got some nice traits like recovering HP, doing perfect dodge, and many more. Just give it a shot. Next is green defender Katakuri. Well, he is a decent unit to play, or else keep him in support, just try him once. Next is red defender Kawamatsu. He got some nice damage in skill 1, but hard to use. He could be a good support unit. Next we have Kaya. I don't know why she is in the game. Worst 4-star character ever. Next we have old kid units. Both of them were good in their time, but now they are too slow and can get destroyed easily by any decent character. Let's just put them here for now. You can use them for support though. Next is Kiku. I guess that was her name. She is an okay character. For an attacker, she is quite weak and also not great for support. Next is Killer. This runner killer is 3-star character and not to be used in league battles due to his low damage and fragility. But he is okay for support, I guess. Now Kinemon. He is a good defender who is a step-up. However, he has low damage and less overall HP. He can be used, but you will struggle a lot. Next is Kuma. His skills are great, can go through obstacles, but have low damage. Also, he is an old unit. His normals have very low damage, and he is fragile for a defender. Next is Admiral Kuzan. Let's put him in B. His attacks are very slow, and only good thing about him is status effect freeze, and only if he can land his skills. Next one is Kyoshiro. He can be a very good runner in some certain maps. His best trait is to appear as the enemy team member in mini-map. However, he has low damage, you can play with him, but as a rat. Next is Trafalgar Law. This red runner law is very good step-up, but you need to have some good experience in the game to use him as he has a good skills with counter effect. Now another one, this law is an old unit and very fragile in the moment. Also, his attacks are slow and low damage, not usable anymore. Now this Wano law is also quite similar. Let's just leave him, he has super low damage and both skills are useless. Also, this one is also not that great for support. Next is Lucci. This version of him is very good for support. He will struggle in league battle, but very good in some certain challenge battles. His skill ignore damage reduction, so he can be a deadly unit in team boost. Next is 2 years later, Luffy. He has good skills and even have one invincible skill. However, cooldown is very long for the skills, and he cannot survive any good hit from any decent attacker. Next, 30 million Luffy. He is also fragile and slow attacks. Also, range is short and can be defeated easily. Next, Water Luffy, almost similar. Not usable in SS League, but can be used for support. Next is Bounceman. Very good skills, but too slow, and range is also very short, but great for support. Next is Paramount War Luffy with Ace. This free unit is good for support, but cannot be used in league battles. He has low damage and only one good skill. Now this Nightmare Luffy is also good unit for support. His treasure refilling speed is very fast and skills are good, but have very low damage. Next is Snake Man. He is usable, but you need to have good experience and good timing to land the skills and capture the treasure. Next is Stampede Luffy. Not usable, but you can use him for support. Now, Luffy Taro. He can be used in league battles but need good timing. He has an invincible skill and very good damage. He can be used but need good experience as he can be defeated easily. Next is Luffy and Law Unit. He is not good anymore. He can be used to mine metals or good support for now. Next is Warden Magellan. He is very slow in terms of attack and skills, also not great for support. Next is Red Runner Marco. He can be used, but only as a rat. He has a good amount of healings and speed, but not much damage. Also, he is a very good unit for support. Next is OG Mihawk. He is only good for support for now. His attacks are very slow and hard to land. Next one is Defender Mihawk. This Mihawk is great defender. He has a good amount of healing, good defense traits, and decent damage. He has a great weakness towards status effects. That's all for him, I guess. Next are both Marias. I never used them for long, but Defender Maria can be used but struggle to fight and can be defeated easily. Good for support and metal mining, but not usable in league battles. Now, 2 years later, Nami. She is not usable as well as don't have great tags for support. Next is Bikini Nami. Same for her, not much difference except for good skill attacks but don't have good damage or traits. Next one is this wedding dress Nami. She is good for support but not usable in League battle due to her low damage and hard to land her skills. Next is Onami. She is also the same, doesn't give good damage, slow attacks, and not a great runner. She can be used for support. Afterwards, there is Odin, an old EX unit with good traits and skills. He is not good as he used to be, but he can stand his own in the meta. And with some good skills and timing, he can be a great runner and can capture a lot of flags before you know it. Next is Perona. Her normals are good and skills are also good, but low damage and hard to land both skills, not usable in SS League. Next is another Perona, and this one is a great defender. She can move while attacking and also have great skills. She can cancel enemies' attacks and defend treasure easily, but she can struggle against top units, especially against units which can nullify status effects. Now there is Rebecca. She cannot be used, just put her in here. Next is Reiju. After the buff, she is usable in SS League, but need good medals and skills to use her to full extent. Then there is 2 years later Robin, not usable but can be used for support. Next is Miss Sunday. This Robin is also not usable, low damage and not easy to land skills. Now another Robin, she's the same, don't have much damage and good skills, can be used for support. Following, Gold D. Roger. He used to be the best attacker in his meta, but now he struggle against top units, but with some good timing, he can stand his own in the meta and even can destroy any character, but you have to play safely. Next is Ryuma. Let's put him here, not much of an attacker. After that, there is our OG Sabo. After the buff, he is quite usable, but you need to be careful and watch your back against top units. He can be usable, but with a safe play. Next one is Flaming Sabo. He fell, man. He used to be a great attacker, but now his skills are used less as his Flame state is easily removable by top units and he gets fragile after that. He is usable, but you need to be very careful. There is another Stampede Sabo. He is not usable anymore. He is a step-up and can be used for support. Next is 2 years later Sanji. Let's put him here, don't have good tags for support and not usable in matches. Next is Wedding Sanji. You can use him, but you have to play him like a rat. For an attacker, he is quite weak and fragile. There is another Whole Cake Island Sanji. He is good for support in matches. He can provide healing to your teammates, but fragile too. Next is Sengoku. He is a very good defender. He can defend and have great skills for defending. He is usable, but you need to look out for status effects and long-range attacks. Next is Shanks. Let's not talk about him. Now after that, OG Shanks. After the buff, he is very good at handling the meta units. He has high damage and great traits, but look out for status effects. Next is Smoker. Don't have good skills, and for an attacker, he is weak and slow. Then there is another Smoker. This one has very short range attacks and hard to land. After that, there is Stampede Smoker, the best version around of him. He is not great, but he can defend with his good traits and skills. You can use him, but need to play safely. Next is also another Smoker. He is slow and don't have good traits. Now, Sniper King. He is good for support, but very hard to use in League battle, as he have slow attacks and hard to land. Next is Tashigi. She can be used for support, and also have good skills for a runner. You can use her in some certain maps, but she is fragile and can be defeated easily. Next is Uroj. He is good at defending. Also have good skills but can struggle against top units. 2 years later, Usopp. Not good for support and not usable. Now there are 2 Vivis. Both are useless and don't have much tags for support. You can use them for support, but there are other good units for that. Next is Wapol. He is too slow. He is not usable in SS and his skills are hard to land. Next is X-Drake. Quite old unit but usable in League. You just need to be careful while landing your skills, as he is also very fragile. Next is Yasop. Let's put him here, not really useful. After that, there is 2 years later Zoro. His skills are very hard to land, not usable in the League. Then another one-sword style Zoro. Not usable in matches, but can be used in support. Next is Dressrosa Zoro. He still can be used in League. You just need to have good timing while attacking and dodging. Next is also Zoro. This one has low damage and not usable anymore, but can be used for support. Now, there is Land of Wano Zoro. Skills are good, one has a good damage, and other has short cooldown. However, he don't have any good traits, and he is also very fragile. Next is Bikini Boa. She is good for metal mining and support, but cannot be used in league battles. Next is Kaku. Very good step-up runner. Quite usable, but needed to be placed safely like a rat. Now there is another Lucci. This one has very good traits and good skills. However, his skills are hard to land as they are quite slow. You can use him, but need to play very safely. Next is old version of Rayleigh. He is usable for skilled players who can do perfect dodges. He has good skills and traits. Next is Gaimon, not usable unit. Let's place him here. Next is Koala. Her skills range is not good and useless against units which can nullify status effects. Next is God Usopp. He is a very good runner and have great traits and skills. He is usable, but watch out for status effects. Next is General Frankie. He is still very tanky and hold his own in meta, but you have to be careful of ignore damage reduction attacks. Next one is Carrot. She is usable, but you have to play like a rat and avoid fighting if you can. After her, it's Monster Point Chopper. He is not usable anymore. His range is short and he is very slow. However, great unit for support. Now, Dogstorm. He is still a very good attacker, but you need to be careful if you are using him. Oh, well, we got another copy of Kaku. Let's ignore him. Next is Onigashima Luffy. He is a very tanky defender. He can defend very well and damage is also very good. He is usable, but you need to be careful for someone's shot skills. Now, Cat Viper. For a runner, he is useless in top leagues, not good at capturing and don't have great skills. Next is Robin. She used to be a great defender, but not anymore. She can get defeated easily in the current meta. After that, there is Bon Clay. His hold skill is great, but other than that he will be defeated easily. Following Onigashima Kid, he is still a great defender. He can defend easily and have great traits and skills. Only weakness is status effects. Next is Onigashima Law. He is fell a lot after the new units. You can use him, but it's struggle to win or KO enemies with him anymore. Next is Mr. 3. He is a great defender, but have low damage, and he can be defeated easily by units who can attack through his shield. Next is Miss Golden Week. Due to her invincibility, she is a great runner. With some good metal sets, she can carry you to the victory in a lot of matches. After that, there is Orobi. She is fragile, but her capture speed and skills are great. She is probably the fastest runner in the game right now. You just have to play her like a rat. Next is Pell. He is a very good attacker. His skills and traits are great for an attacker, but he struggles against top meta characters, and he can be defeated easily. Also, he is a very good unit for support. Next one is Vivi and Karu. She is very fragile and get defeated easily. Also, she has a very low damage. Next is Brook. He is a defender, but his damage is not much, and he is quite weak for a defender. His one skill is useless, and other one has a short range. After that, there is an EX Sakazuki. He used to be a great dominating attacker, but in current meta, he struggles a lot. Due to his high damage skills and good traits, he is still usable. But you need to have good experience and skills to survive with him in top league matches. Now, Kobe is still usable. You just have to focus on capturing flags and avoid fighting. Next one is Sentomaru. He is a very good defender, and that's it. He is good at defending, but he deals a very low damage. Even his skills are for defend the treasure. He is usable, but only for defending and holding. Now, Baby 5, you can use her as support, as there are a lot of better defender than her to use. She is not that good of a defender too. Next is Senior Pink. After the buff, he can be used and let you win a lot of matches. However, he has very low damage dealt, and even skills are many focused on capturing the flags. He is a fun unit. Then there is Sugar. She used to be a great defender, but now she struggles a lot. She can be used but need good skills and have to put good metal sets and play safe. Next is Young Doflamingo. In the current meta, he cannot do anything with his shield. It's challenging especially when there are a lot of units that can attack you through the shield. Now Whole Cake Island Brook. Good runner, but not usable in the current meta. He can get easily defeated by units like Gear 5 and Claw. You can use him for support. Next is Monet. Same as Mr. 3 and Doffy. After the buff, she is usable but struggles against many units. Now there is Whole Cake Island Nami. She is a very good defender. However, she's fragile and struggles to KO top units. Next is Pudding. She is good at attacking and have good skills. However, for an attacker, her attack and damage dealt is low. And also, she is toot fragile. Next is Virgo. He is not usable. His skills are not that great and traits too. Now Izo. He has very good traits and skills, but he is too fragile and can be defeated easily. Another one is Conjuro. His skills are good, but traits could be better. And he even has super low damage. He is not usable at all. Next is Rayleigh. He can destroy any unit, but the only thing to use him to his full extent is perfect dodging. He can be unstoppable if you are an experienced player and know how to do perfect dodge every time. Also, he is very fragile too, so you have to play safely. Next, we have Red Runner Yamato. Well, she's an EX character, but an old one. She has counter skill, which is very useful, and she could only get knocked back when getting treasure and wouldn't die by normal attacks. She's a bit hard to use, but very strong and useful. Next is Jack. Well, he has some nice damage when it comes to attacking part. When he turns to Elef state, he increases the cooldown of the opponent's skills, but his normals are very slow. Next, we have Red Defender Jim Bay. Well, he has more damage against power users, but not something great to use in-game. Now, we have the Blue Defender Kaido. He's one of the best defenders present in-game. He can drop flame bombs on every flag using his dragon state, and he gets so much heals and a lot of defense, he would be a very good choice to use in-game. Now we have Blue Attacker EX Luffy. Well, he got tons of damage, but he's a bit hard to use, but when you get used to it, you'll just destroy everyone in-game. Next is Red Defender Queen. Well, he has an invincible attack, but not a great choice to use. He can take a good spot in support. Now we have Jesus Burgess. Well, he doesn't have much traits to be used, not recommended to play in-game, could be used in support. Next is Vinsmoke Judge. He's a defender and got some nice skills, but don't expect too much from him in the meta. Next, we have Soba Mask. He could be proved very effective while taking flags. He also gets invisible while having a shield having 10% of max health. He can't fight the attackers, but could be essential in taking flags. Also, Queen should be there, as he is tanky and good, but his attack is low. Next is Blue Runner Vista. He is very fast in taking flags. Also, having a counterattack proves him very deadly in-game. You can definitely use him in-game. Next is Defender Jozu. Well, he is quite good when it comes to defending. He also has a diamond state, which is quite effective when it comes to defend the flag. You can definitely use him in your team as a defender. Next, we have Shiryu. He has high damage against runners, and he also nullifies the 1 HP trait of the opponents. He could be a good unit to be used in-game, but against some certain characters. Now we have Blue Attacker Franosuke. His missiles are very deadly and can one-shot most of the enemies. He could be used in-game, otherwise we be a good support unit. Next is Usohachi. He's a defender and quite tricky to use. He would be better as a support unit as he has very low damage dealt. Next is Viper. Well, his skill too has high damage, but isn't great to be used in matches, so either use him as a support unit or leave it. Next is Page 1. He is a decent unit as a defender. He does tremor to the opponent while changing his form and skill too. Just give him a try. Next we have Ulti. Well, she gives tons of damage to attackers and even heals against them. Her skill too is a bit hard to land perfectly, but a max ulti would definitely be my first choice to use as a non-EX. Coming to the next, we have Green Marco. He has a lot of heals, and he won't leave the flag until get status affected or if his HP finishes. He would be a great choice as a runner. Next is the most annoying character, Prospero. You know he immobilizes you with a blink of an eye and also heals while doing that. He just lacks in defense and struggle against some units, but using him properly would knock out anyone in the game. Next is Stampede Boa Hancock. Well, she's a runner and can turn the opponent to stone. She's also pretty annoying with that status effect. She could be a great choice to use. So coming to the next, we have Shiki. Well, he's a runner and having more damage against Roger and ex-Roger pirates. He also created speed buff area for your teammates. He could be a great option to use in-game. Just check him out. Now we have Tesoro. Well, he also freezes the enemy by creating a shield. He could be deadly if you don't have status effect nullification, so do check him out. Next, we have Zephyr. He's an old EX, but when it comes to defending, he's a beast having extra damage against power users. Do use him if you have a green element team. Next, we have Film Red Luffy. Well, he's a 3-star character having critical percentage increase, which proves deadly in-game, but being a 3-star, I wouldn't recommend him. Just keep him in your support. After that, we have Film Red Auta. She's one of my favorite as a non-EX. She will just immobilize the enemy and would kill him. Both her skills are deadly, so you can definitely use her as your main character. Now we have Ben Beckman. He has a nice skill to block all the attacks of the enemy, leaving them the only option to run. Also, the skill 2 goes beyond obstacles. He struggles in the meta, and having these complicated skills, it's hard to use him, but if you got your hands on him, he's a good character. Now we have the all-time favorite film Red Shanks. He used to rule the game when he was released, but now we have so many characters who can easily remove his hockey state. Without hockey state and attack increase, Shanks is average to use, but if you can just dodge enemy attacks to get the hockey back, he could still be a good option. Next is Film Red Nami. She got invisibility as a skill and thunder lighting status effect, but not the best choice to use in-game. You may keep her in the support. Next is Film Red Chopper. Well, he gives a lot of heals to the team. He has some defense traits, but not much usable in matches. However, he is great for the support. Now we have Film Red Usopp. He is a nice character. He has an extra long range attack. Also, he could remove the buff state of Shanks or any other unit, and also removes the attack increase of the enemy with his normal attacks. So try him once. Next, we have Film Red Yasopp. Great defender unit, but only for skilled players. He can destroy a lot of meta characters with his good traits. Then there is Bellamy. He is a good step-up runner, but only in few maps. Also have low damage dealt. You can use him, but you have to play like a rat. After that, there is Diamante. He is a very good attacker and have great traits. However, not everyone can use him. You need to get some experience with him to master him. Next, we've got Treble. He is a great defender with amazing traits. He is very good at defending, but his attacks have very low damage. Also, he struggles against multi-attack units like EX Zoro. Thereafter, there is Shinobu. She is not a good unit. There are a lot of great step-up units than her. If you have her, just don't use her in the league matches if you want to win. Low damage, decent capture speed, and useless traits. She can be used as a party support character. Next is Reizo. He could be badder. He is not an old unit and already needs a buff. For an attacker, his skills are useless. His traits are also not that good. He is not usable in any case other than just fun. Next one is Hybrid X Drake. For a step-up unit, he is the best. He is good against Animal Kingdom pirates. However, his traits mainly focus on defeating the defender in their treasure area and Animal Kingdom pirates. He is usable for a step-up unit, but you need to be careful in the meta and play safely. Now there is Hyogoro. He is great step-up defender. He can defend well for a step-up, but can struggle against top units. Also, without the captured treasure, he is quite fragile. Now after that, there is King. Well, he is one of the best runner in the meta. His skills are amazing, his traits are great, and if you have him, he can clutch you most of the matches if used correctly. He is in the meta and can help you to push in SS League. After him, there is Audio Sutra. He is special unit, but not usable in the meta. His skills are good, but not much great anything about him. He is a decent character, but hard to use in top league. Next is Olin the Big Mom. She is one of the best defender in the game. She has great traits and very good skills. With good metal set, she becomes invincible. After that, there is Hybrid Kaido. For a runner, he is great. His skills mainly focus on capturing flags. He is great to capture any flag, especially in some certain maps. Now, there is all-time butchering EX Zoro. He is in the meta right now and can defeat almost any character if used correctly. His main weakness is only status effects. If you manage to dodge status effects, he can butcher any character in the game. Next we have Onigashima Jimbei. Currently he's the best Jimbei unit we have. Holding his skill 2, he can't be killed, 1 HP would still be left. He has higher damage against power users, so he could be a good option as a defender in current meta. Now we have Who's Who. He is considered to be the best counter against Straw Hat Pirates. His damage is increased against them. Also, his skill 1 ignores obstacles, making him a monster. But he may struggle against any other unit. But do try him out. Next is Green Defender Charlotte Pudding. Well, she has some decent traits to remove enemies' attack increase and support allies, but wouldn't be beneficial in any other thing, so give her a place in support. After that, we have Charlotte Brûlée. Her main trait is to teleport. She can set up a mirror anywhere in the map and could teleport there with her skill 1, and also she could send the opponent to their base with her skill 2. She's definitely a tricky one to use, but very usable. Next, we have Charlotte Cracker. He's a good one when it comes to attacking. He creates a shield which attacks enemy, and if enemy destroys it, the skill is fully cooled down to be used again. He can be a pretty annoying character to be handled, and one of best blue unit. Next is Charlotte Oven. Well, he has some nice damaging skills, also setting up the opponent to a flame. He also has a skill having a shield. Just give him a try. He could be a good option. Next, we have Pedro. He has some high damage against Charlotte family. You could use him as a counter against those annoying Charlotte units, but he is fragile. Also, do check him out. After that, we have Hakuba. He has some pretty annoying skills. He'll stun you first, then give you all the damage. He also has some nice skills. You can definitely prefer him in-game to use as a runner or even to attack. Next, we have Qin Zhao. Well, he is very tanky and is usable, but his damage is low and struggle to KO enemies. Then there is Kung Fu Jugon. Well, he doesn't have much to offer, neither much in support. You could just leave him as it is or use him as a fun unit. Next, we have Elizabello, or we can call him King Punch. He has a skill 2, which guarantees you a KO. But the flaw is the cooldown. You can't wait for it to cool down as it has 3,600 seconds. But you have some traits for that to use that skill once or twice. Make sure to check that once. Next, we have Onigashima Brook. He is one of the best defender. He has freezing skills with a counterattack and lots of defense. When he is downed, his soul would chase the enemy to freeze him as well. You could definitely use him in-game for sure. Next is Onigashima Nico Robin. She also has some nice attacks and a lot of damage against runners. She could also be a good option to use as an attacker. Next, we have Hybrid Yama too. She's pretty annoying and good against units who cannot nullify status effects. Firstly, you need to destroy her shield with only 1 attack, otherwise you would get yourself killed if you are facing her. And if you get Frostbite, she'll give you extra damage. She's deadly to use in-game. Now we have Onigashima Nami. She deals a lot of damage. She also spawns Zeus Cloud, which could move accordingly to shock the enemies. She also disappears on perfect dodge and have very high damage dealt. Try her once, you would definitely be impressed by her. After that, we have Onigashima Usopp. He is also a good unit. He has very good capture speed and very good traits. His skills are also great for a runner. However, he may struggle against units which can nullify status effects. Now we have Idio. For a step up, he is a great runner. He is usable, but you will struggle to survive in top meta with him. You can put him in support for now. Next, we have Caribou. He is one of the useless 4-star unit in the game. His attack is very low, and even for a defender, he can be defeated easily. You can use him in support for now. Next, we have Vanderdecken the 9. He is quite tricky to use. He can use his both skills and attack the enemies from anywhere without looking for the range. However, he struggle in some map and also fragile if got attacked by top units. Now, other one is Hody Jones, one of the best non-EX runner. He deals extra damage to power users and have great traits for a runner. However, he can be defeated easily by units who can remove his buffed state. But if you play him carefully, he is a great runner. Next, we have King Neptune. He is also a very good character. He can defend very well against a lot of units. He have great skills and traits for a defender. However, he struggle against units who are not power users and have ignore damage reduction. Next, we have Top Runner Unit Kid and Law. They are in the top meta with ridiculous traits and skills. Best runner in the game right now. After that, we have Killer. He is a crit-based unit. Needs some skills and experience to use him, but he is great character with high damage dealt. Next, we have Yuta version 2. She is the best non-EX defender. She is very rare to get, but her a great defender. Both skills are almost make her invincible and great traits. Next, we have all-time favorite EX Luffy Gear 5. He is the top defender unit in the game right now and have insanely good traits that make him very tanky and nearly unkillable. Now next we have Onigashima Sanji. He is a very good attacker, but you have to play him safely as he is also fragile. His skills and traits are good, but have low HP and defense. After that, we have Opbr, or you can say King version 2. He is insanely powerful attacker. He have a lot of great traits and skills and can one-shot a lot of characters. If you are an experienced player, he will become invincible in the match. Next, we've got Cyborg Queen. He is basically the counter for any unit who have a lot of knockbacks like Gear 5 and Garp. He has less damage and skills are not great for a runner, but traits are insanely powerful for a runner in current meta. After that, there is Sasaki. He could be better. For a step-up, he is decent unit. He is very hard to use but have good skills. His traits are not that good though. Next, we have Bello Betty. She's great for support your teammates in the match. She can make your teammates invincible, and she have great traits for a defender. After that, there is Hack. For a step-up, he is a very good unit. But he is fragile too. You can use him but need to be very careful. Next, we have Karasu. He is a great runner but quite tricky to use. He has very good skills and traits, but not everyone can use his full potential. Next, we have Black Maria. For a step-up, she is a great defender. Her traits and skills are very good for a step-up. You can use her but need to be careful of ignore obstacle attacks. Now we have Onigashima Chopper or Kung Fu Point Chopper. He is a very good attacker but struggles to fight some certain characters. You can use him very well in top league if you play safe and carefully. Next, we've got Onigashima Frankie. Great runner with amazing skills and traits for a runner. You have to be careful of some certain units and just have to focus on capturing the treasure if you are using him. Now there is another latest step-up Otama. She is quite hard to use in the meta. You can use her as support. But if you want to play matches with her, you need to play like a rat and very safe. Next, we have got new unit Admiral Green Bull. Very good runner and have great traits and skills. But he struggle against red units and status infliction units and can be defeated easily by them. Now lastly, for 2023, we have Momonosuke. He is a very good defender. He is very tanky and have great skills and traits, but his damage dealt is low. So this the tier list and ranking of every character in One Piece Bounty Rush of 2023, according to me, of course. Comment your thoughts and don't forget to subscribe the channel. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.